Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and today we're taking a look at the next set of crash combiners from the Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force subline. And this is Drag Strip and Wild Break. And thus far, as of this recording, this is the only Crash Combiner team that has shown up in the cartoon. I really not 100% sure what's going on there in terms of, why that is, but it is what it is. Now, let's just start with vehicle mode here, and one of the things you're going to notice, this is Wild Break, that's Drag Strip. Drag Strip has always usually been represented as an Indy car, which is what Wild Break looks like. And now in the cartoon they had a rather different look than that, but why it looks like that? Well, there's a couple different reasons. Possibly very late in the process, colors were switched for the show or whatever, and they couldn't be switched back for the toy. Also, to try and represent and recreate the combined mode, the colors had to be switched, what have you. Now, this is a new mold for the Crash Combiners, but this is not the first time we've seen Drag Strip or Wild Break. And let me just come in and bring down these. I'm sure as you remember, these are the Wild Break, Drag Strip and Wild Break from the Combiner team of Menasor. So this is from that Stunticon set we took a look at some months ago. And yeah, completely, well, I would say with Wild Break, completely different vehicle mode. Drag Strip, the vehicle mode looks somewhat similar. You just really don't have that pronounced spoiler in the back. So, yeah, we're just going to take a moment so I can get everything transformed, and we'll go through the transformation with these two. Okay, transformation is very simple. We're going to start with Drag Strip here. Basically, just split the arms out, open up the chest. There's a little notch here. You can come in, flip up the head, and you're done. And very nice detailing and sculpt on the head, but it's a very simplified figure. Only articulation is the arms come out to the side. Coming over to Wild Break, as with most torso components for these Crash Combiners, his transformation is a little more involved. First thing you want to do is come around and flip down the front of the car. This will make his feet. Then the arms will split out, and then you just come in again, flip up the head, and very nice head, for what it is. Trying to get this to focus a little. There we go. So it is what it is. And if we come in, here's their Menasor counterparts. And as you can see, the paint detailing on the head is somewhat different, even though the general sculpting is the same. So, what comes next is the crashing. So we're going to have to return both of these to their vehicle modes, post-haste. Just kind of hard to get the chests open when you don't have any nails, but that's one. That's two. I should mention that these tend to be a little heftier than the first go-round of car combiners. And as always, there is a cross-compatibility. You can see those little grooves right there, so just crash them together, and there you go. That's step one. Step two is you want to come underneath Drag Strip here, flip out the feet, split the legs, adjust the camera because the figure's gotten a lot bigger now. And nice little touch here, instead of fold up these front sprockets, and there you go. And here's the combined form known as Drag Break. Drag Break is Well, drag brake is drag brake. Really don't know much more to say. I have it in all the way. It looks a little crooked on camera, but there we go. Not bad. I like the color scheme. You have a little bit more red. Here's a look at the head here. If that will... There we go. Combined form of the head. Arms do bend forward. That's nice. I really wish these the individual figures had forward arm movement, just so they would be a little more combative. And so yeah, there is one little cool feature. Wild Break, since he's the torso and the way they were designed, you can flip out the little robot arms and sort of like giant tunfas for the combined mode. But that's really not an official step, just something fun to do. So that's it for Drag Brake. Let's take a look at the repaint of this set, Shock NATO. Okay, and here we have Shock Drive and War NATO. People got really excited when these first started leaking out. I do believe I was the first one to leak on packaging photo of them, because there was a belief, we didn't know the individual names, but because of the shock, people were thinking it was Shockwave. Now, these are just repaints with a new head of the Skyhammer team. And I really think we need to, as a little bit of a tangent, I think repaints with new heads, we need to stop calling them retools, because they're not. They're just repaints with new heads. And here's the Skyhammer team coming in with their respected repaints. There we go. There we go. Sky Sledge, Stormhammer. There we go. Let me just make sure everybody got room. Now, so yeah, so just straight repaints in various shades of purple and black. So let me get those out of the way. And, you know, we'll get into the transformation. Really nothing too difficult. I'm going to come in here, start, I think this is the Shock Drive, so just split the arms, open up the chest here, little nod right there, flip up the chest, and of course there's the new head. I actually think you're supposed to split the legs here just a touch, but I don't know, it's 6 of one, half of another. It's not really shown on the packaging and really doesn't matter, but come in, take a look at that head. As you can see, looks a little bit like a Galvatron head, you know, I'm just saying. But, you know, getting back to War NATO. War NATO is a little more interesting, as you remember. Gonna flip up the feet, spread the arms out, and then flip out his head. And I'd like to take an extra moment here to look at his head, because, getting to focus, there we go. Doesn't that look a little bit like Cyclonus, maybe? We've already seen his head from other Combiner Force figures. Could be. But this is Cyclonus. It's been done before when Hasbro wants to cover up the names of figures. They will, you know, cover up who figures actually are. They will give them fake names. And it's very possible that this could be Cyclonus, as I return it back to vehicle mode just for the combining gimmick. This sort of does look like the type of vehicle we've seen Cyclonus having. So, who knows? I could be totally wrong. I probably am. But I just want to throw that out there for the benefit of you at home. So, we've returned these to vehicle mode. Now, once again, crash combining. Just like so. And, much like on Drag Brake, flip the feet out here at the bottom. Separate the leg. And then come up here on the giant robot. Flip those panels all the way back. Those will reveal the fists. And here you have Shock NATO in its robot form. And let's take a look at the new head. You know, not bad. Kind of interesting. Again, does have bends at the elbow. And also, I should mention, all these do have the 5mm pegs. So, yep, that's about it for Shocknado. Let's pause, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Oh, but you know what? Before we do that, how about a comparison with Skyhammer, huh? Sound good? Maybe like I almost forgot to do that, and I'm transforming the figure off camera real quick. But, yeah, no, you know, things are planned, you know, don't worry. But as you can see, it's you know, basically a straight paint swap. And, you know what, let's have some fun. Do a little cross-combining. Let's swap things around. And just like so. Yeah, give you a fake ending, so. You know, and it looks, I mean, the colors really don't match, and it's not wonderful, but meh. Alright, so we'll pause now, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So I went ahead and swapped things around between Shocknado and Drag Break, and I mean, really, that's all I can say. I mean, the colors really, the purple really clashes with everything, so it really, you don't have like one unifying color that brings everything together. And for, you know, as we've all seen in the cartoon, the Stunticons are now in stasis lock, so I don't think we'll see this. I should mention, I have a very strong feeling that we will see Shocknado in the show, just because we haven't seen Skyhammer yet, and as I mentioned, the head on Shock Drive, Warnado kinda looks like Cyclonus. So I got these figures off of Amazon. That was kind of interesting because Drag Break was in, Shocknado was in, but Lunar Prime Strong was not in stock yet, as in meaning shipped and sold by Amazon. And I was not paying $30 for a repaint. So there's that. But definitely you can find them there. I've been hearing that they have been at retail in some areas for quite a while, so you probably already have had these. It just took me a while to get them. So this is your old pal Chuck for Drag Break and Shocknado. We will see you next time.